Picture this: the Caribbean, 1692. The air is thick with salt and heat. Spain and England are tearing each other apart over islands. Pirates roam the seas, hungry for gold and glory. One Spanish fort stands in their way, and 100 pirates have come to take it. They have cannons, cutlasses, and courage. The Spaniards have walls and fear. Victory seems certain. But history had a different plan. And that plan had 8 legs. Inside the fort, the Spanish commander has already given up. He sits at his desk, writing a letter of surrender. His hand trembles. His soldiers are exhausted, starving, and low on gunpowder. The pirates have more men, more firepower, and more time. Victory seems impossible. The commander signs his name and sets down the pen. He is ready to hand over the fort. But fate hasn't finished with him yet. And fate's weapon was something nobody could have predicted. The pirates had spent weeks preparing for this attack. They had studied the fort's walls. They knew every weakness. They had even bribed a guard to open the gate at midnight. Everything was planned perfectly. Victory was theirs. Or so they thought. At midnight, the pirates moved quietly toward the fort. The gate opened as planned. They crept inside, their boots barely making a sound on the stone floor. They were in. The fort was theirs for the taking. But then, something stopped them cold. In the middle of the courtyard, there was a large barrel. It had been left there by the Spanish. One of the pirates walked past it. But something moved inside the barrel. A leg appeared. Then another. Then a giant spider climbed out, the biggest spider he had ever seen. The pirate screamed. It was not a battle cry. It was a scream of pure terror. His friends turned to look at him. They saw the spider too. The creature was as big as a man's hand, with long hairy legs and glowing red eyes. It was the stuff of nightmares. The pirate captain tried to calm his men. "It's just a spider," he shouted. "Kill it." But nobody moved. They stared at the creature. Some began to whisper about curses and evil spirits. The spider seemed to stare back at them. It was a standoff. One pirate dropped his sword. Then another. They began to back away. The captain grabbed one of them by the arm. "Where are you going?" he shouted. But the pirate was not listening. He was staring at the spider. His eyes were wide with fear. Something was wrong. The captain raised his sword to strike the spider. But then he stopped. He looked at his men. They were terrified. They were not going to fight. They were going to run. He lowered his sword. "I surrender," he whispered. The pirates had been defeated by a spider. The Spanish soldiers woke up to the sound of whispers. They looked out and saw pirates laying down their weapons. They saw the captain kneeling before a spider. The commander's jaw dropped. He had no idea what had happened. But he knew one thing: they had won. The Spanish commander decided not to kill the pirates. He locked them up instead. Then he gave orders to protect the spider. It was sacred now. It had saved the fort. The soldiers built a small shrine around the barrel where the spider lived. The pirates were sent back to their ship. They sailed away without their treasure. The captain never spoke of the incident. He was too ashamed. But his crew spread the story. It became legend. The spider that saved Spain was talked about for years. Some historians say the spider was a tarantula. Others say it was a palm spider, a giant species found only in the Caribbean. Its bite was not deadly, but its size was terrifying. For soldiers and pirates alike, it was the stuff of nightmares. The story was recorded in a Spanish military journal from 1692. The journal now sits in a museum in Madrid. It describes the event in detail: the pirates, the spider, the surrender. It is one of the strangest military records ever written. The spider lived in the fort for another 10 years. The soldiers fed it insects and left water for it. It became their mascot. When the fort was finally abandoned in 1702, the spider was gone. Nobody knew where it went. Some say it returned to the jungle. The legend of the spider that saved Spain is not well known, but it is one of the most unusual military stories ever recorded. A single creature changed the outcome of a battle. It happened because a pirate screamed. History is stranger than fiction. Some people today visit the ruins of the fort. They leave small coins and flowers for the spider. They believe it was a blessing, a sign from God. Others just laugh at the story. But everyone agrees on one thing: it was the most unlikely victory in history. But here's the best part: the Spanish commander never wrote down what type of spider it was. He only wrote, "The spider was huge. The pirates were terrified. We won." That is all. The mystery remains. Was it fate? Was it luck? Or was it just a spider? The pirate captain later wrote his own journal. He mentioned the spider, but called it a demon sent from hell. He swore he would never return to the Caribbean. And he never did. The spider haunted his dreams for the rest of his life. So next time you see a spider, remember this story. It might just be a tiny creature. But sometimes, the smallest things change the course of history. And that is the real story of Spider-Man. Not the man, but the spider that saved Spain.